Okay, ladies and gentlemen, calling the meeting to order. This meeting of the New York State Board of Parole Board.
Ton Agostini, Commissioner, present.
Eric Berliner, Commissioner, present.
W. William Smith, Commissioner, present.
Otis Cruz, Commissioner, present. Parole, Commissioner, present.
And present from the Board of Parole staff. Present from DOC staff.
Patrick Bailey, Public Information.
Thank you. And we have 8 public attendees this afternoon. Welcome. Some of you I recognize from other meetings. Thank you for joining us today. As you know, we don't take questions from the floor, but if you have any questions, you're free to put them in writing and send them to me, and if I can, I will respond as soon as possible. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of April 24th, 2017? And if so, are there any amendments that you would like to make by motion or motion to accept?
I'll move to accept the minutes as presented.
Okay. Is there a second? That motion made by Commissioner Walter William Smith. Is there a second?
A second.
Seconded by Commissioner Alexander. Any questions? And I would respectfully recognize those members not present abstaining. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay. Thank you. The minutes are accepted with no corrections. At this point, there is no old business to carry over from our last meeting of April 24th, 2017. The first item of new business is the introduction of 2 new board members present with us today, Ms. Agostini and Mr. Berliner. So I would invite them at this time to share a little bit of information about themselves for all of you.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Greetings, Commissioner. I'm Ton Agostini, one of your new commissioners. Really excited to be joining you here today. Thank you. A little bit about myself. I most recently worked with the New York State Assembly for the last 8 years. I was the Senior Corrections Analyst for the Corrections Committee on Central Staff with the Assembly, and in that capacity I was responsible for the legislation that passed through our committee or that didn't pass through our committee. We held many public hearings, put out reports and such on everything related to corrections and parole, and anything that was post-conviction, so anything that results from reentry or that might take place after a person has been convicted of a criminal offense. In that capacity, we met with stakeholders, received correspondence from various stakeholders, from victims to inmates, advocates, and such, and did our best to address whatever issues were raised, if there was something that we could do for those particular concerns. We still did all of the reports that came out from DOCS and Parole, and that was my job to be the one with the information. I was the one that was turned to for any questions on matters related to corrections or parole. Prior to that, I worked for a court expert on matters relating to use of force, drug trafficking, and informant handling, and also worked with a secured stabilization program for sex offenders. And in years past, before all that, I was a volunteer with the Department of Corrections and the Division of Parole.
Thank you.
Thank you
Welcome.
very much. Thanks, Chairwoman.
Mr. Berliner.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Berliner. Very excited to join the board and to meet all of you today. Most relevantly, I spent most of my career at the New York City Department of Correction. I joined as a mental health project manager in 2002, working on building programming for those incarcerated with mental illness. Worked my way up the civilian ranks and left as a Deputy Commissioner for Strategic Planning and Programs. where I have responsibility for inmate health care, programming, educational services, reentry planning, and then some agency-wide strategic planning and research, as well as the nutritional services operation. So I was on Rikers Island for about 13, a little more than 13 years, and spent as much time as I could during that period walking around the facilities, talking with incarcerated men and women, the line staff, the supervisory staff, and learning from the ground up what the challenges and problems were there, and the way that those challenges and problems, of course, filter into the state prison system and the communities to which people return. So it's sort of an exciting time for me to be here and involved in all of this, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, and welcome again. Does anyone have any items of new business for the public record? Okay. I have one piece of correspondence. This is a letter dated June 13th, 2017, received into my office June 19th, 2017, addressed to me, and also Commissioners Evans, Alexander, and Cruz, regarding expression of gratitude and update on my release to parole supervision. After serving my minimum of 25 years on a 25 to 50-year sentence for 4 counts of first-degree robbery, my initial parole interview was conducted by you, Otis Cruz, and Alexander on October 18th, 2016. A week later, I was formally informed that each of you had voted to release me to parole supervision. Since the moment I discovered that I had been granted release to parole supervision, I have been so overwhelmingly grateful. I just want to thank each of you for being able to see that my personal transformation was genuine and for giving me a chance to demonstrate that as a returning citizen. I have been home for more than 3 months and have acquired my driver's license, my own vehicle, and currently work part-time in Newburgh as a program assistant at the, and I will not read the name of the agency. I am a member of, and it gives the name of a church, and have already started taking on a significant role in that church. I love living a responsible, productive, respectable, and law-abiding life. I am taking my time, confident that full-time employment is on the horizon. I am already being considered for full-time employment, but that will happen in its own time. I love being an asset and navigating society as someone who finally and fully appreciates the privileges of liberty. I am so humbled by life and the grace that you have all extended to me. I will continue to demonstrate my joy and my gratitude. You will come to see that your belief in me was not for naught. Thank you so much for giving life back to my family and I. I will continue to update each of you on my progress. Each of you is invested in me, and I feel the weight of that. Again, thank you so much for your grace. Gratefully, and the signature of this person. I want you to know I will continue to share these as often as I receive them, no matter who made the decision. I think it's important for us to know when people are doing well based on our decisions. And it's important for people watching these meetings to know that we do take great care, and we do see when transformations has occurred, and we weigh all of the standards and the factors as diligently as we know how, and we support one another in doing that. And I think people need to know that we do that, and need to know that the people most impacted by our decisions, some of them are pleased with our decisions. And so I will continue to share these, as I said, as often as I receive them. And I thank you for your attention to them. We also know that there are retirements on the horizon for some people. One of our own retired since our last board meeting. Former Commissioner Lisa Elovich retired in June and is going on to the next chapter in her life. And so we didn't have the opportunity to have a meeting with her to say congratulations to her. But it's my hope that in an upcoming meeting, maybe as soon as July, we can invite her back to formally congratulate her in her future endeavors, as well as former Commissioner Hernandez, since they're still in the area and we have the ability to do that. So, so it's my hope that we can pull it together for July. If not July, then August. And then there are other staff people. I will not announce their names at this point in time. And so with that, if there's no other new business, I would like to entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss confidential information about specific individuals within the system that we supervise and other litigation issues with our attorney. Is there a motion to enter into executive session for those purposes? Commissioner Coppola has made a motion to enter into executive session, and I would add, and at the conclusion of that, adjourn the meeting. Is that okay to amend that? Thank you. Made by Coppola, second by Commissioner Julie Smith. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions? We are in executive session. Thank you.